Can't catch me!
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then. Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today? Huh? Hey! What the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? All right, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Have some of this! Cha!
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all? Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait! Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kazuha? He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision. That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real... Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling it, right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel, he won't be able to beat him. Anyway, just to be on the safe side... Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? Yeah. Maybe a little. But anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get in... Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look...
Can't catch me!
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this... If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this... Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just...
Oh, so you...
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be? Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they...
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely Thank you! Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo.
All right, then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the...
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. We invited Mr. Kaedahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaedahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaedahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed? In short, there was once but there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaedahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil. We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaedahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaedahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. With the Kaedahara clans, you will be able to...
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaedahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me? No, this puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedehara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite...
All the more reason to...
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked him, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Take it easy.
Hey there! What do you know if it...
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaedehara. I've heard a lot about you.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaedehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaedehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of mora?
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic, but I wouldn't know.
Then let's put that. The Tenryo Commission had very.
It's true that if anyone had been out there attacking people.
Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked, few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. It would cause me great for the poor victim. This would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara.
You flatter me.
You are much... Oh, actually, let me tell you about it.
Sure.
All right, then. One of them is a...
Amenoma!
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma... Two grown men going missing at the same time. I recalled this because...
Understood. Though it's...
Sure! Can't hurt!
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the...
Sounds good.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha.
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes. The Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep... After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects. Let me quickly explain. The techniques of blade making were personally... Unfortunately, a series of events led to the gradual decline of many...
So sad.
It is a great pity indeed. As an example, there is nothing mystical. As for the art of the
That's right. For only a blade thus far...
Indeed, you are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade.
You overestimate me. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation.
Ah, yes. My nephew. He didn't say a word before he left, but I've done what I can so far.
We heard that there was...
Yes. On the morning that Yuya I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato. After that... Yes. Strange, isn't it? If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts.
Truth be told, we have some information based on the evidence we have...
What? No. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. Yes. But I also cannot... Anyway?
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who...
Yes. It sounds as if something happened. Let's pay a visit to the Naga...
Take flight!
My apologies. Komore Tea House only accepts guests of sufficient status. Please don't...
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us.
I'm sorry
I'm afraid we don't have any new information. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask...
people.
That he'd always get so everything was fine when we first.
Uh-oh.
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just said, I'm happy he has a hobby and I'm willing to support him, but making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa!
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with you must. After I said those words, his voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged, and the next thing I heard...
I see. Ame no Mayuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato.
At first, I assumed, but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries.
Me?
I don't know. He just disappeared. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home. Even though I'm still... As long as he's...
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, but the information we gathered from the other...
A little confused?
Let's try a change of scenery, and rest assured, we'll...
Thank you so...
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and, nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
That is the most likely conclusion based on everything we know. What started as a disagreement over the price escalated and ultimately turned into a tragedy. However, in this case, only one of the parties would have started the fire. That would make the other party innocent, and they would have no reason to hide themselves from the public. If this is indeed what happened, and the innocent man hasn't come forward yet, then it's one fact that I keep coming back. Mr. Nagato, the more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Right. Ame no Mayuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing technique.
Darn! We thought we could...
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay.
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. Wait, I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
So it's an
The force is definitely the source of the Tatarigami, and judging from the concentration,
Mrs. Nagato said...
it could well be that he was already... From what I've been told, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain what...
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look in. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have...
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to...
That was too scary!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energies soar. Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. Yes, let's quiet your mind. From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Gotcha! Whirling snow!
By the looks of it, a letter. Well, According to this letter, a conflict arose. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter.
So...
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this... Yes, right now, if Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take...
Right! So let's get moving!
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of all the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, I have a hypothesis.
Wait! You figured...
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. On with the search. I'm not sure. But show yourself! It's no use hiding any—
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the— What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against—
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Ame no Meyuya. But what if instead of facing Ame no Meyuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it— Whoa! Shh!
Tatarigami energy, the blade, has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years. Or rather, as a means to occupy Ame.
You're sharper than I thought. Many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan.
I presume it has something—
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, he was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he— And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest— In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade—
So— swords can become conscious?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind. After the death of my creator, I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power. The might of Ishin art.
So tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when—
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Ame no Meyuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. Kaedehara— Now! Join me and sever that divine light!
It's fine. Time to go.
We shall rewrite history!
Busted. My apologies. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Rewrite history!
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
Clouds high. The birds
Rewrite
call.
history!
Wind strider.
Take flight. Kamisato art. Sometsu. So rude.
Do not stand in my way.
Your bluff's fooling no—
Lost. I can never lose. Even if you defeat, he is but a puppet that can be— The end result is the same. And even if I were to lose my physical form, by any means necessary—
Your fighting style. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and air.
Really? You—
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art— Since the blade is currently possessing Ame no Meyuya's body, if you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without— On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin art's secrets. The little— In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in— Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything— After all the—
Oh, that's right.
Only when Mr. Nagato— Well, that brings me— You were determined. I think you realized your— But the way I see it—
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove even if you were to sever that divine light. Is this truly... Sure, you inherit... How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art?
Silence! I must achieve my goal. I will concede that you...
And you should face...
Easy for you to say. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly... It is pointless to argue further.
How stubbornly... I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the all...
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demand.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemy. Once we have dealt with that...
And as for your end of the bargain...
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way. The Cursed Blade's strength is the power of the Tatari.
But...
Even if things... We have a chance here to save an innocent victim.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. Now...
Kazuha?
I felt a little dizzy at first, but it's all right. So far, I will.
What should we do next?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, if a blade built... If he wants to avoid reality...
Wait a minute! Paimon, since the Takatsukasa clan abandoned that...
all right.
What about
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own...
Are we sure this is a... Okay, fine.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Let's get down to business.
One with nature. The wind knows me.
To the very
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performed. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Let's keep going. Time to go.
It's my lucky day.
Into the wind.
Boom!
One with nature.
Fairy. It's my lucky day.
As one with wind and cloud.
My
The
blade.
wind knows me.
Something's up with the blade.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading. He cannot hold out much longer.
But what would that do to...
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal. Time to go.
Take this! That won't work.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. One with nature.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire...
Yes. And it looks like he's
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have...
True form? What are you talking... Is this the same blade as before? It looks...
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai. Maybe you did truly. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is... I've finally figured out you wanted to reach us, but regrettably we are the only one who...
Huh?
There they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming? Yup. We can...
Don't worry. I'll use... It's just more of the same.
One more.
Time to go.
I'm ready!
Into the wind. Time to go. The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
You fought way better with your own soul.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels. No, I thought that if I could...
But in this too, you have...
Indeed, too much time has passed. Yours is...
Actually... Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but this blade has skill. There is something else I'm up to Tarigami, though you tried to... I resisted it. I feel a great sense of regret the moment you embarked. You have known this for a...
He gave me... How could I... I said to him...
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's... When I touched the hilt for a bladesmith, a newly forged blade lay by.
Wow.
Indeed. He spent the rest of... He felt intent, so he instructed all he wanted.
So but after the...
Right. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. Yes. Time would not wait. He seems to have...
I once told him that I would, but darkness and not only did I...
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement, but I still cannot bring myself to forsake his so, may I...
Hey! Now you're adding yours into...
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. My physical form, as well as the knowledge...
His attitude... What do you think, Kazuha?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. Alas, nor have I... My fights were devoid. You are of...
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his con... You must have plenty of...
Understood.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his... If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I do not wish to...
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch...
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of...
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still... Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ishin art, Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenoma Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Into the wind! The wind knows me. Into the wind. That hurts. One with nature. Fallen leaves adorn my night. The wind knows me.
Thank you for... Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it's his sense of savage...
You also fought well. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all...
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have... It is too late.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy. I strayed far. I beseech you.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaeda.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go?
I'm not sure, but I think that...
It's Yuya!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bantan Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes, badly wounded. And now that Yuya is back, it's...
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade
Yes. He said he wants to take control of...
What? No way!
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. I have decided...
But...
Thank you. Okay. I am ready.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the blade.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It seems like deep only in the
Seems like he...
the same fervent ambition that speaking for myself. I understand. Hearing his wish to your quest to face the god after everything I've seen.
Oh,
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
wait! Shouldn't we...
Oh, you're right. And it's also time to get...
Please speak to President Zhongli.
Take it easy.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanome Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaedehara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also and so, it looks like I will likely continue with the Kaedehara clan. Were I to
You
I am aware.
Very well. However, if you should have...
Great.
Where will you travel?
I'll probably take to the seas with As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
headquarters of the Tenryou Commission.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about